So today we're doing a day hike. Question is, what do you got in your bag? We're gonna go over the bare essentials of what you definitely need to be taking with you. And we're gonna go through the more advanced gear list of what I typically take on a normal day hike. Do you need to take what I take? Nope. Do you need to take the bare essentials? Yes. Let's do this. Bigfoot. No Bigfoot. This is your first time here. This is where I review a product I have bought, I have no sponsorship or bias towards, and have put through the ringer. Who am I? I've been mountaineering, climbing, and backpacking for over 20 years. I'm the guy who intentionally gets lost in the woods to see if I can survive and get out with only the gear on my back. I'm the guy who buys and tests out all this gear so that you don't have to. Welcome to Short Road. Today we're on a day hike, and I'm going to go over what I typically take in my pack and the bare essentials of what you definitely need to take. We'll also go over some other items that are not essential but may definitely come in handy for you depending on where you are and your style. But let's get in it. So in terms of clothes for my day hike, as you can see, hat, sun protection, get it. If you're not a hat person, maybe a visor or something, definitely make sure you are putting on your sunblock and bug spray before you head out. Reapply depending on how long you are out and how buggy it gets. But in terms of my clothes for today, as you can see, this is the Outdoor Research Echo hoodie. So I'm a big fan of this thing. Really do like it. It's incredibly lightweight, breathes like really well, UV protection, has a hood, which I will put on for you guys. Got my hood, looking good, a little bit, not really though. I do like the hood though, if I do need to cover up because of temperature or even just because of the sun. This is definitely going to help give me a little more sun protection. I do like that it's close to the neck, as you can see. Go around. So it gives me a little more protection on my neck, which I do get like a lot of sun there. A lot of people do. So that is another benefit. Also has thumb hole loops, which if you've watched some of my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of for a few reasons. Number one, you can kind of create a full seal, especially if you put gloves on over here. So definitely for temperature wise, staying cool. But I also really like it because it gives my hands a little more sun protection, so I'm not getting like sunburn. And if you are using a trekking pole, you now have a nice little pad there. So after a while, some people do get, some irritation, rubbing, blisters there. So the thumb hole loop is on my list. I do really like thumb hole loops. But yeah, overall solid, definitely sun hoodie, I would call it. And one of my go-tos for everyday hiking. I'm also wearing the Outdoor Research Feroci pants. These again, I've done another video, are one of my faves. Some people like to wear shorts when they hike. All the power to you. I definitely wear pants for, I would say, a couple reasons. Number one, it's way cleaner. Number two, less bugs. And number three, and I'm going to show you right now, another reason why I like to wear pants is where I hike, you get a lot of these vines, and they are basically stuck to my pants. They're a pain to get off. Super sticky. So just another reason why I like to wear pants. Kind of keeps that stuff a little more manageable. I'd rather pick them off my pants than my hairy legs, or just legs if you don't have hair. So that's basically it for clothes. Otherwise I have some smart wool, no cushion socks going, merino, just your basic hiking socks. And then I'm also sporting the Merrell Moabs Again, these are my favorite, like warmer weather shoes. They fit well. Toe box is awesome. So can't really go wrong. I wear the heck out of these when it is colder, wetter, different kind of temps, different terrain. I will probably switch these out. I have some Solomons that I really like, the Ultras. But these are basically my go-tos. I also wear the Olympus 6, the Ultra Olympus 6 a lot as well. Just keep in mind those are a like zero drop, but I'll do a review on those eventually. But those are sweet and have a amazing toe box. And that's a pretty big deal for me. I do not want to get blisters. I don't want my toes all crunched up together. So that's what I got on my person. Let's talk pack. Let's do it. Pack. All right, so we talking bare essentials. Water. Definitely bring more than you think you need. At least 1 liter. Don't bring like just the standard little bottles. At least 1 liter of water. It's always good to have more than what you need, not just for drinking, but water is going to help if you have to cook food, if you get something in your eyes and you have to wash it out, if you have to, clean a wound, you're going to need water. So always think about water, not just for drinking, but the other sources that you're going to use. Number 2, I would say your phone. You definitely want some kind of communication and some kind of navigation, and that's it. So bring your phone, bring a water. If you're not bringing a phone, bring a compass and let someone know where you are, where you're going hiking. That way you're covered. So that is the bare essentials: water, communication, navigation. That's it. Now, if you want to get into more gear, we're going to get into some more gear. Let's go over what I have in my pack. I got my water, always. Now it's a day hike, so I do have 1 liter, but going with the water, also in my pack. And I personally just keep it in the little belt hip pocket, but where you keep it is going to be up to you. I have my Sawyer, so I can purify and source water from other sources. I also have the accessories, those I keep in my bag, just in case it's like a tiny little stream or a little, puddle that I need to get water out. That little tube that comes with the Sawyer definitely helps. So definitely bring some kind of water purification. As you can see, I also have a Garmin. Again, if you have a phone, you're fine, but bring some kind of communication and navigation. So this is communication and navigation. Phone is going to be communication, navigation. So that is always going to be with me. Also, I like to keep, and this is in the straps, I will keep a bug spray and a sunblock because these I am going to be using a lot. I have a knife. This is the Essie knife. Do you need a bushcraft knife? No. But if you have one, this is a really good one. And it does definitely come in handy. Going with cutting tools, and my other side, I have my Leatherman. So this is the Leatherman Signal. I am a big fan, other than like the weight, but that said, there are always going to be trade-offs. But if you're looking for just a solid all-around, multi-tool with a knife, with a saw, with a fire starter, has everything you need. Leatherman Signal. Also in the other hip belt pocket, I do have a Sunto compass. So again, navigation. So if everything else fails battery-wise, got that compass. And then I also have one of these little Nebo lights. I don't always take this, but if I am going to be out at night, I have, a little extra light just in case I do need it. This thing is really bright, has a magnetic charger, so I definitely like that. Definitely usually have that on me as well. Also on the outside of my pack, I got a trekking pole. I always use one personally. Some people like 2. That's cool. Use what you like. I'm typically a 1 pole dude, but even if I'm not using it, I have it on my pack. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of trekking poles for a few reasons. Number 1, trekking. It's definitely going to help balance. It's going to put a little more weight in your upper body, take some off the legs. So if you are going uphill and downhill a lot, I recommend a trekking pole. Number two, if there is some kind of wildlife, and I run into snakes a bunch, trekking pole is good to have. You need something to kind of, you know, shoo them away or protect yourself. So definitely go with a trekking pole. For a day hike, you can probably get away with it, especially if it's just flat. But again, this is, you know, not the essentials. This is what I would add on to just my phone and a water bottle. So I also have a couple carabiners. These are the Black Diamond, the mini wires, I believe. Never know when you're going to need them. Moving on. Also on the outside of my pack, I have some accessory rope, and I have a nylon runner, again, just in case. Do you need it? No. But I would bring some kind of, you know, cordage with you. You're just never going to know what you're going to need it for. So in the little satellite pack, so this could be your lid on a normal backpack. This is the Black Diamond Betalight 45, which I did a review on. So this little satellite bag attaches to it, and it's basically going to be the lid on a normal backpack. Anything you need to get, you know, quickly. So these are all things that I am going to need to get somewhat quickly or don't want to root around for. So in here, this is food. This is a little Hyperlight. It's a 1 liter. I already did another review on little sacks and stuff. So food, definitely bring food. I'll show you what I typically bring. And normally I don't even get in, like dig into this on a day hike unless I'm feeling it. But I'm a huge fan of the Honey Stinger waffles. Really good for the gut. Doesn't bother it. A lot of energy. Super easy to eat, and they taste awesome. So big fan of those. And then I will also usually bring like a Justin's almond butter packet with me as well. This one's honey and also has protein in it, so a little added benefit. I also carry, just in case, a Pro Bar meal. So this has a ton of calories, ton of energy. So if I did need something, this thing is a beefy bar, and I like to have it on me. Other than that, I will keep a couple drink mixes in here. I have like a Celsius, which I'm not like a huge fan of, but there's caffeine in there, so I do like that. And I have a liquid IV, so some kind of electrolyte just in case. So I got that in my satellite bag. I got a headlamp, so I would say always bring at least a headlamp. Do you need like a little mini flashlight? No. Do you need a headlamp? Yes. Another thing, and I'll put this as a definite optional item, is a small little power bank. So worst case, something does happen, you are forced to stay in the woods overnight, you get lost, your phone dies, you're in some big trouble. So a little tiny power bank where you get maybe even just half a charge on that phone, if not a full charge, is basically all you're going to need. But again, optional. Also, I carry another insect repellent, and this is just like a full like body wipe, biodegradable, but I really like these. So this can be used obviously if you have to go potty and need it, or just to clean yourself off. So I like to carry one of those in the little packet. I also have some sunglasses. I think these are Jobos. So I like to keep sunglasses in my pack. Again, if it's super sunny, I don't want to be looking at the sun all day long. It's going to hurt my eyeballs. And last up that I have that I usually like to keep is my favorite, a buff. Tons of uses for this thing. Recommend always having one of these in your pack. Not only can you just wear it as around your neck, you know, face, head, all the normal things, but it's also a towel if you need it. And it can also be somewhat of a tourniquet or a sling for your arm. Tons of uses for a buff. Bring a buff. And that covers what I have in my satellite bag and on the exterior of my pack. Now, let's get inside. What do I keep inside my pack? I got a rain cover just in case. This is just the standard REI Duck's Back. These work really well. Throw them on. Do you need one? This bag is pretty water resistant. I've never had any problems in the rain with it, but if it is a massive downpour, having one of these is good, a pack cover for the rain. Or again, another option, if you don't want to do pack cover, just line the inside of your bag with a garbage bag, not like the smelly kitchen towel size ones, but go with like a little thicker one. Or there are, you know, like I use an Osprey one, there are waterproof dry sacks that you can throw in there as well. They do get to like, you know, pretty big, so you can cover your whole pack or just the essentials in a dry bag inside your pack. Another option. So we got that for rain. Also like to carry just a jacket. This is the Feroci, which I also did another review on. I'm all outdoor research today. I didn't realize that. So I always carry that. I will always carry some food. So this is the rec pack that I'm testing out. This is the coffee flavor. This thing has 700 calories. It's pretty bomber. I'm really digging these. That said, I do like solid food on trips, but this is like a one meal complete kit. It has tons of vitamins, nutrition, the carbs, the proteins. It has some fats in there, and it's all really healthy. There's no chemicals in it. All you do, add water, shake it, mix it up, drink it. You can drink it on the go. You can have it as a meal, but I'm a huge fan of this. The Rec Pack, check them out. I'll put a link in there. These are definitely something to check out. They're really solid. I'm going to do a whole review, though, on these coming up. So I have some food, emergency food, I like to think of it. And then also going with the cover, always going to have a rain jacket, hard shell in my pack. This is the Beta, I think it's the LT version, Arc'teryx one. So I'm always going to have a raincoat in my bag because you never know. I also keep this tiny little sack, so I just have some extra clothes in here if I need it. So basically all that's in here is like a warm hat, which today I would never need it. Extra pair of socks, because if my socks do get wet, that's going to be blisters. So if I can air out my feet or put on a new pair of socks if necessary, I will do it. And again, optional item, rain pants today. No rain in the forecast. On a normal hike outside of this video, I probably would not have rain pants with me. Rain jacket, hard shell, I definitely would. It's always in my pack. Rain pants, in and out of the pack. But again, if there is a chance of rain, rain pack is definitely going to help. I have a water container. So this is the MSR 4-liter, the Drumlight one. Super easy to use. I can source water in a ton of ways. Nice little carry handle. 2 sizes of the lid. So this little part opens up. I can attach my Sawyer to this. Also has a full size, like Nalgene size opening as well for actually sourcing the water. Makes it way easier. So definitely I can just dump a lot of dirty water in here, throw it in my pack, and then use my Sawyer or whatever filter you're using to clean the water. But it's just another way to clean water. So on certain hikes, there is not a lot of water sourcing. There might only be a couple. And if that's the case, I'm going to run out of water. So I will definitely source a bunch of water in there, carry it with me as needed. First aid kit. Bring it. Again, first aid, bring the essentials and bring what you know how to use. Don't bring a tourniquet if you don't know how to use a tourniquet. Are you going to need a tourniquet? I have one. I've literally never used it. I do know how to use it, but I've never had to. But bring the basics. Bring some antiseptic wipes. Bring like a little Neosporin, some Band-Aids, some tape. Tick remover comes in handy as well. But bring the basics that you may or may not need. Ice pack as well. They have like really good ones now. They're really small, but that can help not just with any kind of boo-boos you get, but also if you do overheat, having an ice pack definitely helps out. So definitely bring your first aid kit. And last but not least, I believe, yes, I have my kind of little items, my go-to items. They could be considered 10 essentially, but I keep them in this 2-liter Hyperlight Zippy. Pretty basic stuff. I have some more body wipes, a couple disposable little toothbrushes. I have these Cottonelle flushable wipes. These are not biodegradable, so if you are using these to go potty, do not bury them. Take them out with you. Do you need a trowel? Perhaps. But definitely, if there's a chance, bring a trowel. I also have some fire starters, so I have some waterproof matches. I have a little bit of tinder. I have a lighter, bring a lighter, and a fire starter if need be, but probably not going to get to that. I have a little combo spoon fork, tenacious tape just in case. Signal mirror, do you need it? Probably not, but signal mirror. Mylar, just in case, again. I have a few other items that you don't really need, but I have some water purifiers. I have some duct tape that I like to bring. Extra batteries. These are basically for my headlamp in case the battery runs out, but you can also start a fire with these. Another good thing. If you take any kind of medication, have medication with you. These are just mints, but if you do take medication, have at least 1 or 2 days on you in your pack at all times. A lot of people don't think about that, but if you do get lost, if you are stuck in the woods for a day or two waiting for rescue or trying to get out, definitely want that, whatever kind of medication you are taking with you. And then, as I said, I have a couple of these Sawyer accessories that I like to take because it does make sourcing water much easier. So that's it. Put them all back inside. And that's the basics of what I take on a day hike. To be fair, the only difference between what I take on a day hike and what I might take on a 2 or 3 day hike, it's going to be most of this stuff. The only difference is I'm going to have, my sleep system. So a tent, sleeping bag, a mat, inflatable, depending on where I'm going to be going, and food and a way to cook it. And that's basically the only difference. I might bring a change of shirt, which will come in handy. But I also have my jacket with me ready. So the only difference would be, yeah, I am going to bring a stove. I am going to bring some freeze-dried foods or a rec pack and probably, a bunch more bars and snacks like that. Coffee packets, definitely coffee packets. But otherwise, my system kind of remains the same, whether I'm doing a day hike or, a 3-4 day hike, where I'm going to be camping out. Again, just the sleeping and the eating are going to be the only differences. But there you have it. That's what I take on my day hike, and hope you got something out of this. Again, water, navigation, communication. Get out there, know where you're going, know how to get back, make sure somebody knows where you are, and bring water, because that will keep you alive and it's yummy. Until next time, my friends.